The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Time to catch up with our friend Andy Lee. He has, based off his books,
Yes.
a TV show called Do Not Watch This Show. Launches on iView tomorrow. So then you can stream it at any time. And he joins us now, just counting all his cash. He's
Andy.
Sweet ABC cash.
money.
Andy Lee, hello.
You know where you've got to head to for the big bucks. It's the ABC. They lured me across.
That's
Yes.
it. And I believe you originally were doing this to help out. Was it your nephew or something with the book? And so you're doing it for a good cause.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, the reason why it's at the ABC is because that's where all the kids are. ABC Kids is just so incredible. Obviously, Bluey, but Play School growing up. And so when I had the idea for the animation, which is an adaptation of my book, Spin It Open This Book, I always wanted to be at the ABC. It's been fun working there.
Andy, have you been working on trying to get this into a show for 6 years? I did read that.
Yeah, but when you watch it, don't think that. Don't go, God, this has been
It's like Star Wars.
You'll just be, really disappointed. So if anyone watches it tomorrow, can you just go with, gosh, Andy, put this together on Monday. It's a little rough around the edges. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
And of course, you've used a few of your mates to do the voices. Our mate Joel Creasy is the sassy lion, which of course, but heaps of other people too. Denise Scott, Hughesy,
Mick Malloy.
So you just called around? Is that what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. Joel is, I know he's one of yours, but Joel is just unbelievable. And in his first time in the studio, it was just so fun and funny that we did a lot of rewriting to kind of capture more of his sass. And I've got to say, I don't think there's too many characters on kids' television that are that flamboyant.
Finally, we've got to see it. We spoke to Celia Pacquola a couple of weeks ago, and she told us the story of how she was asked to be the voice of Chili on Bluey, Bluey's mum, and she blew it. She was so bad at it that they said, "Oh, thanks, no thanks," and so she never got to do it. Was there anybody that you tried them out and you went, "Oh no, they're terrible"?
Well, funnily enough,
Celia.
Celia again, yeah. No, not really. I mean, the funniest one for me was I wanted a real AM voice, and there's an episode where Wiz, who doesn't want anyone watching the show because generally something happens to him at the end of that particular episode. And in this episode, he gets older the more the kids watch.
Yes.
And so I wanted Wiz to hit his 50s and want to clean gutters and listen to talkback radio. So I asked Ben Fordham, who does Sydney breakfast kind of talkback radio, whether he could do it, and he sent it through. And I was like, hey, mate, this is not nearly talkback radio, shouty, grumpy man enough.
You need Steve Price.
So he had to do a bit of a redo, and but everyone else, it was kind of one take.
Nailed it.
Andy, I've seen the first episode. We got a little sneak peek. It's great. And I believe you voiced a couple of characters in this. How did you come up with your character voice? Were you practicing it?
I'd love to say that I went through several different options, but it's actually just the voice I used to read my books to my nephews with using. So they were the ones that they loved this voice. I thought it has to be the same. But when you watch this, don't go, oh, really? He used the voice coach? But I did have some voice coaching for this, and a wonderful lady called Leith, who is actually in the UK now. She's got the role of doing all the voice coaching for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
It's a huge, I think it's nearly a decade of the contract. And she decides the dialects of every elf and orc and every person in that world. And she just knows exactly how to conquer accents. I'm not saying that I did that because at one point during the lessons, she goes, now, do you want this to be British or more British Australian? And I picked up on her saying that because she's like, we can still hear your actual voice in here, Andy.
Hey, what a gig, by the way.
I know.
It's amazing to think that's a gig out there, and she's very successful at it. I was thinking,
incredible.
Andy, all the stuff that we've been speaking to you over the years have been so big, a lot of big hits for you. And then I realised you're a Carlton supporter, so it's not all it's not all rosy. But staying with the Carlton thing, I did see that you host an event for them recently. It was last month, actually. And it was a really important one, domestic violence, which they were raising funds for and awareness for, which is awesome. But can you tell me because I looked on your Instagram, why you were wearing one Croc?
Oh, I had a fractured foot. I didn't know it in that moment, but I just had a swollen foot. It turned out it was fractured, so I couldn't get my other shoe on, my other dress shoe on. So I went out in a croc and a full tuxedo, and the other side was a dress shoe. But yeah, it was a fun time. Obviously a serious cause, but a fun time that night, that gala. But I did come out and make a few jokes about Carlton's performance, and they didn't go down so well. So I'm not sure if the Carlton community were ready to actually kind of joke about it. One particular was I had to announce that we've got a brand new medical imaging centre at the club. And I said, which would be great because it can really cut down the travel time for Mitch McGovern and Zach Williams when they have to go there next, and just dead silence.
Yes, that's pretty funny coming from the guy with a broken foot.
How did you do it?
What did you do? Yeah, what did you do to your foot?
I play field hockey still.
Do you? At your age?
So I know.
Is that a Masters thing?
Yeah.
Is that a senior citizens thing?
They've rebranded to Masters instead of Veterans, so I think to make us feel better. But I still play Masters hockey, and got a ball to the foot.
Oh, that's bloody awesome. I remember, Andy, I got asked to go and play Masters footy, and I took it as the biggest insult. This is a while ago. And since then, I've probably put on another 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. They've stopped calling you. Andy, we have to obliged to ask you about the renovations. How's it going?
Oh, yeah, of course. Slowly.
You be in by Christmas, like every episode of Grand Designs?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be in by Christmas 2030. Yeah. So it's a good thing. Look, thankfully we're building up now, and for anyone that I know some people have been following, like at the early days we weren't going to post about this, we're just going to keep it to ourselves, and then they printed it on page 3 of the paper, and I was like, all right, well, if they're going to do that, we may as well monetize the story. Yes. So if you want to follow it, you can check it out. I'm occasionally posting on Instagram, but I'm, in between doing this, I get there occasionally and put my tool belt on and get the hammer out.
Take some photos and then leave.
Exactly.
Hey, Andy, as a parent, I just need one justifiable reason to let the kids watch the show that I can run by the wife. We need to watch it because... Can you help me out?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, again, I meant to say do not watch this show.
Yes, of course.
The funny thing about the length of it is I said to my sister, hey, what length should I make these shows? And she said... well, your Bluey's too short. It's 7 minutes.
Yes,
and I was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
Why too short? She goes, I can't do the dishwasher and the washing in that time. So if you can make them slightly longer. And so, mine are 11 minutes long. Perfect length for you.
You can shower and wash your hair.
Yeah.
11's
a good time.
Or if you're a chance with the wife, I'm not sure how long it takes you, but plonk them in front of the telly, mate.
What are you going to do with the other 10 minutes?
10-minute rest.
Yeah. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Andy.
Are you sold?
Yeah, I'm in.
Do not watch this show. Watch it, everybody. Launches on iView tomorrow. Andy, it's always a pleasure. Thanks, mate.
For sure.
Thanks, guys. Hope the kids enjoy it.
Yeah,
Take
thanks,
care,
mate.
Andy.
Good on you, buddy.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
There was a chick on Facebook over in Sydney that just put up a bit of a story that she was kind of wanting a lot of people out there to see because she's feeling really bad about life at the moment. She got a divorce recently, and her husband has left with all her friends. Not only has he left the household, she said it was amicable split.
Yes.
In that way.
Yes.
They
It wasn't
both
like
agreed
one
things
cheated
weren't
on
going
the
on
other
well.
or anything.
No.
Just they decided that they were better apart.
It's not working.
But in the breakup, she lost all her friends because they were all attached to his friends. Is that the way it works?
Yeah.
They chose him?
They chose him. Yeah.
That's
it
rough.
started off with a lot of guys were his guy mates, and then their wives, then they become a big posse. But then once they were divorced, then the women started to shun her as much as the whole group themselves. So she's left with no one.
Do you have to choose in that situation, or is it only if something bad happens you have to choose? Or is it, because I guess you could only ask one of them to insert event and then you kind of have to pick, or...
Yeah, it's tricky.
Is there an unwritten rule? It's not unwritten rule, yeah.
That if
is there a vibe that's put out there that, like, Natalie shouldn't be talking to old mate?
Why are you talking to old mate?
That's what I just said. She shouldn't be talking to old mate.
Old mate and I have got a relationship, and we decided
to supersedes the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, timing, it comes down to the timing of it. I think most people subconsciously, if I'm friends with you because you know my ex-partner, then you're just going to drift apart if you're no longer with that partner. So...
But if that's your friendship group, then they're gone.
I know.
So,
and it is
that's
tricky
rough.
when it's, say you were childhood sweethearts, you all went to school together. So you all know one another equally, and then you split. People are literally choosing a side
They are.
about who they like more, who they think was wronged more in the relationship.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, it's tricky though, isn't it?
And that group would usually pick the same person, right? So they all pick one of the couple because they're all hanging out, so we'll pick this person.
Yeah, that's
so that
right.
one person gets left out, gets really left out.
Yeah. Oh, you can always get one. It's like there's always a Collingwood supporter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the literal plot of 4 Seasons, which is a Netflix show with Steve Carell and Tina Fey.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking, why does this sound familiar? Oh, well, that's right. It's the plot of 4 Seasons.
And they picked Steve Carell, didn't they? Because they went on holiday with him.
Yeah, they did, although, yes.
I didn't get to the end.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
She makes a comeback.
Okay.
But yes, it's tricky.
She's ruining it for you, Ross.
Don't need to watch it now.
Oh, that's
Now you
not,
can't get
that's
on the
not
spin bike and
critical
watch the
part.
rest of it.
Does he stay with the young girl?
I'm not telling you.
Because Sean, he picks up a young girl after he divorces the wife, and all of a sudden a young girl comes out of nowhere. And he just met her when they broke up.
Isn't that good? How old is she?
20-something.
A good 20-ish years younger than him.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Bring it on. Is it? Look, 13, 24, 10, we want to know, when you split with your partner, who got the friends? Or was there something else that meant even more to you in the relationship?
And you lost it.
Yeah, because that would be devastating.
Yeah, the dog, the
Yeah,
couch.
my dog Sophie, who I never saw again. What?
Do you have a dog, Sophie?
Did you have a dog called Sophie?
Yeah. Lost that one in the breakup. This years ago, this is pre-Bella, honey. So that was it. Last time you see your pet.
Oh,
That bitch.
Hey, that's pretty.
I'm talking about Sophie.
Yeah, of course.
Female dog, see, got it.
You lost your bitch, Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, scientifically, yes, I did.
Jay's in Ellenbrook. Morning, Jay.
I think so.
Morning, guys. How are you all?
Jay, wonderful.
Buddy. Okay, so you split up with an ex. What happened? What did you not get in the breakup?
Yeah, so I split up at the start of this year after 16 years. I didn't get any of the friends. I didn't get any of the furniture or the cheap rental, but I got the 3 toy poodles.
Well, some would say you won.
Why didn't you
3
get
toy poodles.
Why didn't you get the friends, Jay? Sorry to hear as well, buddy.
I lost my group of friends when I met her because she didn't like them.
Yes.
And it was her group of friends that I didn't really like, and she just decided to break it off and done.
And then you're
So-
done.
Yeah, and then you're like, hey, guys, remember me from 16 years ago when I stopped being friends with you because my girlfriend told me not to? And they're like, no, who's
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, she's gone.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal. I mean, I think that's sus immediately. If a girl, it's a red flag for you, Jay. I know you lasted 16 years, which for many is a successful relationship. But if they say you've got to get rid of your friends,
Yeah, or wean
red
you
flag.
out of them.
Red flag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You poodles would never do that to you.
Yeah, that's right. The poodles
they
are
won't.
very faithful, though, aren't they, Jay?
3 of them. That's a lot.
3 of them. They're a little bit of a handful, but they are beautiful dogs. I will admit.
Yep.
You'll know, Jay, he's a guy walking around Ellenbrook with 3 toy poodles. Love your work, Jay. Thanks, mate. Alex is in Wembley. Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, Alex.
Alex, did you lose something in the breakup?
Well, I almost lost my dad.
Oh, hang on. Wait, what?
Yeah, so I had this boyfriend back in high school, and he and my dad just clicked instantly. They became best friends.
Yeah.
No.
They went to watch, football games together. They even went on weekend fishing trips away. They were best friends.
Yeah.
And when we broke up amicably, so I was okay with him staying friends with my dad because my dad just loved him. He was like the son he never had. But when I got a new boyfriend a couple of years later, that's when I realised it was an issue because it's not really fair to the new boyfriend.
No, not at all.
So I had to say to Dad, Dad, you've really got to stop being friends with this guy.
Yeah.
He had to
and
break
my
up with him.
Yeah, he had to break up with him, and he was really so reluctant. He was arguing with me, why he shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
He said, I've known this guy for 5 years now. He's part of the family.
We've been together 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So my dad and I didn't talk for a couple of months because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Alex.
Your dad chose your ex over you, is what happened.
Yeah, temporarily, yes.
But all is resolved
Okay,
now.
so where are we at now? Is he still friends with the ex?
No, he had to stop being friends with him because I put my foot down. But,
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And has he accepted the new boyfriend the same way?
Yes. Well, yes, so now it's my husband. So yes,
Okay.
he has accepted him, but I feel like maybe he never let the walls down quite as much as he did.
Doesn't want to be heard again.
Really, that's right. What if Alex breaks up with this guy? Where will he be stuck in?
I can't invest so much love in this man.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Big news.
There's a lot going on in the US at the moment.
The P. Diddy trial.
Yeah, also Kanye.
Kanye.
Let's start with Kanye because he is now officially banned from Australia.
I think fair enough.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
let's go to the details. After the recent release of an anti-Semitic song, he's married to that lady, Bianca.
Bianca
Sensori.
Yeah, that's it. So he had a tourist visa.
I feel like I know her well. Doesn't everybody?
Oh, yeah. After that, what she did not wear at the thing, yeah.
That's all the time.
He comes here. He comes here to visit family, but officials have cancelled his
no,
visa
thank you.
after he released a song called "Hail Hitler." Which, fair enough. It has been banned, the song, funnily enough, on YouTube, Spotify. Germany, of course, have banned it. They got laws against this.
You reckon?
And the track received negative reviews from critics,
Oh, well, that hurts.
including an outrage and condemnation due to its anti-Semitism
What was
Yeah.
the score on Rotten Tomato?
and praise of Adolf Hitler. So,
Yeah,
course.
no, of course.
He's not
fair
coming.
enough. And I think whoever's job it is to hand those bans out said we have enough problems with anti-Semitism and general negativity in this country without importing it. And
Yeah,
it's right.
yeah, for sure. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
so that'll do it. But that's not the only thing happening in the US.
Well, P. Diddy, of course, that trial, the verdict came back.
Yep. He was done on 2 counts, and transportation and prostitution were the 2 things, and one was mixed into the other. So
not-
one was prostitution, one was transportation with
Yes.
prostitution.
But he wasn't done for sex trafficking, so it's a lesser. The conviction is a lesser thing than he was being accused of, essentially.
yeah, and
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But from day one, Nat, when we saw this, and a lot of the people were really, really angry and hoping this guy would go down, and most of it was to do with the domestic violence, which we all saw.
Yes,
that vision,
that's right.
terrible.
And of course, we would want to see him thrown to the wolves for that, for sure. But they put out racketeering and
Yes,
this is a
the big-
mobster thing.
It was like they were
It's a real.
throwing a lot of stuff at him, hoping that something would stick,
And
or that he would plea down and they would get him on something as a lesser charge. But yeah, I know it seems like he's been smacked on the wrist.
Had he got the big one, which he didn't,
Yeah.
he would have got a 15-year mandatory sentence.
Yeah.
But, smacked on the wrist, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know the laws over there, but what would stick that was better? Like, racketeering was so much of a couple of those things were so far that I couldn't see them ever working.
No.
I mean, how many could you do him for, how much lube he's got in store?
It turns
Thousands.
out it's not a crime, Sean.
Oh, good
It's
news.
not a crime to
Good news, Ross. Write that down.
I mean,
You can have over 1,000.
abnormal bottles of baby oil. It's not a crime.
Do you have baby oil at home?
I do not have baby oil. You know
Ross?
why?
I do not.
don't
And I have a baby.
I
You have
don't
two
have a
babies.
baby.
So he's been denied bail as well. He's still in custody and he awaits sentencing hearing in the coming months.
So
If he was able to, I don't know, cop fines or do some short time, does he have a future in the music game or entertainment game going
they're
forward?
pretty forgiving.
They are, aren't they?
They perhaps shouldn't be, but they are.
Yeah, shouldn't be.
He'll still have a fan base. But I mean, he hasn't really put anything out worth listening to for some time.
No. Didn't do his work at all.
Yeah. Did he?
Did.
Sorry, that was a
like
poor
your
joke.
Jamaica joke earlier. Jamaica? Wow. It was.
Are you attacking me?
Yeah.
It's
All right. HR, straight to HR.
Amanda.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.